You can tell when that's the case. I'm starting to think just a little bit that she might be trying. Oh yeah. Be sure that afterwards you could be like, hey, you know what?
She told me that I needed a God, that I needed to find a God to pray to.
So if this...
I do.
That's right. Dr. Phil doesn't live in cuckoo land. Staking him for Denzel Washington.
That's one of the one things.
I don't. Leave me alone. I'm blocking you.
What did it reveal?
What do you want to...
We can proceed, yeah. When I first met her,
because Kanye West is fine. That's the question. All right, you think this is the love story of the century? What do you...
Like, stop. But,
Oh, so she has her in her header. That's already like...
Jasmine, this is her husband, right?
Yes, sir.
And you acknowledge...
Says, you're crazy. All right, I didn't tell you that.
So you can understand about...
Oh, that's weird. I don't want to be crazy. Less than $100. 7! Morgan Freeman. You see that? Rewind.
Typing.
Gotcha.
Look at her face.
Okay.
Look at her face.
And...
Yeah.
And really weird subliminal
Messages at gas stations. You know what? This might actually be the love. Freeman jumps into the picture out of nowhere.
And I know...
Anyway.
Because you can certainly leave, because nobody tells me who to put up.
Hold on here. What is a subtweet? She knows exactly what she's doing to call her out on it. Epic style. On my Dr. Phil hat. A lot of people...
She says...
Hey, that's something she shouldn't know.
Dear Jasmine, come on out.
So you start deleting photos to get that message to that person. Wrong. And she can no longer defend it. She's faced with reality in this.
Relationship with myself for 8 months, but I know it's Jazz inside me.
Not bring somebody to
I agree with what you said, but that's Padre.
the show. You may have told her you didn't want that to happen, but she didn't. Way you don't want to hurt her or yourself.
Right. Someone deserves warning, Bailey. That's the face of when you get trolled, libtard, epic style. Oh.
I don't know you. What do you know that there's a movie, Deja Vu, starring Denzel Washington?
No, sir, I don't.
This is the part of the story that takes the weird turn. If it wasn't weird enough.
I hurt you.
See that? Teachers of Grey is literally just... And this part, she does have a screenshot of her deleting the photos. Other idea of being like, bring yourself to new limits, to new heights. Yes, you do. No, that does not happen. There is no coincidence.
What don't you...
Okay, deleting photos, leaving random messages.
I'm gonna let Bailey move on.
She's kind of ridiculous, but that's Jazz. In a sense, I've been in a relationship.
Just talking about. Tell me...
Struggling with something. She is part of a one-sided relationship. She thinks she has the love story.
Oh.
BS. Shut that down.
Is that I offended you?
So I'm not
anything
gonna play.
I can say to fix this? I'm so sorry.
No, all of this mellowed.
It's a real relationship. Please don't discriminate me and myself. Don't try and... Okay. Because she's going like, I'm not driving.
Can you adopt me?
Wait, roll back the footage. What did she say?
And when I come back, I'm going to talk to...
Oh, he did the eyebrow raise. That's how you know. Like, we need... Okay, so they have footage of it as well. That we'll see it. We'll explore this behind. You need to know about Bailey is that she's crazy. Well, that's everyone on Dr. Phil. Bailey.
I have not.
Have you...
Even if he's telling someone off, I still love him.
I know. If you
So
would like
who
to...
was it that told you?
It starts off on a bad foot.
Bailey, how are you?
Not good.
This is just me going, yeah!
And so that's kind of...
Right, everybody. You ever try to communicate with someone, but you're just not getting the right message through, Barnes?
It's the love story of the century. Yeah, that's why I'm not very tech savvy. It's been through time.
Show you guys, it's real. The things move, and there's like tweeters. It's something for delusional people to acknowledge they're using Dr. Phil. Something like that, just to be
on a little field trip and just show you. So
and everything. So
a little spanking. It's such a sweet. What don't you understand? I don't know you. So the way she justifies
drama about ridiculing the audience.
Can you marry me? And
justifies it to herself. A Twilight fan fiction. Spare for this woman. Well, you together with myself. We're going on 8 months. It's going pretty well right now.
A shirt on a rack. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you studied the...
I understand that.
So you're saying the audience is...
But then when she realizes that she's wrong, at least she can own up to
Who
it.
was it?
I believe it was Stephanie.
Okay, let's bring Stephanie out, because I'll guarantee.
Over here, we're not here to laugh at people, right? That's not what Dr. Phil is about.
Well, you know what? I think we're.
It goes beyond the realms of physics.
And y'all can.
Only, just watch this.
Is she obsessing?
I love jazz. I asked her.
You wanted to meet me this
Do, yes. I'm writing a
style. Let me pause right there. You see this face? You see someone make that face? Can we go back? Listen. That she has never met.
People are ridiculing, making fun of you. You're going to be a spectacle. I don't want to be any part of that.
Response ever, and it goes off on a tank. This. She would probably just come up with some.
And she tweets, I don't care, I'll adore you all damn.
Eyelids. His eyes doesn't look real. I like how Dr. Phil is just like, oh, what is it? Oh, what does she want? You actually think?
In the building.
Ooh, whoa.
Erica, y'all have had a little bit of contact. This is.
So it's pretty clear that she's communicating by deleting Facebook photos. This video get 7 million. Oh, doctor. I mean, come on. Dr. Phil is here. Story of the century after all.
Even though I've never met her in person, she's with me.
No, it don't matter. No.
Communications out right now, because you may live in fantasy land, but I do not.
I love jazz. No one says I love jazz randomly. She's been leaving signals, hidden messages, and she explains this.
I'm sorry. Typing.
Gotcha.
Oh, did you see this?
You like jazz? You like jazz? You like jazz?
Got him.
A book about it, actually.
Ooh, look at that face, like wham and do. All right, no discrimination.
Intention.
Gone in a really bad direction. I'm gonna.
That she's done, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people. All right, this is me putting
A message on a bench at a national park, and then I also left her a couple of messages.
I'm gonna.
with subtweet.
Jasmine says.
Oh, you what? That's very rare. Dr. Phil doesn't always do that. Only
But then she would delete a photo, and so I would continue to message her.
field trip. I can show why things are moving is because she's not communicating with this girl through text.
This is gonna sound wild to y'all. Well, it's gonna sound a little crazy.
A little crazy.
You that I
But she's communicating with her by moving.
met Jasmine
And I'm sorry that
Bailey. This is Dr. Charles Sophie. You've been watching everything. Have been via text, right?
yes, sir. It's been through Twitter. Of course, yeah.
So tell me, you want to proceed?
All new.
It's like
Okay, she's crazy. All right, they're all. What is that? She's having it like a mini seizure.
I asked the crew about that. You said we have footage of it. Kind of games. You're very manipulative, and I'm not interested in all of.
This surely must be on the same level, but just even more insane. I love it. I want to read. Nah, fam. What can I say? I love myself. I've been randomly say time he warns you. They're wrong. She's confronted here, and she knows for a fact that she's in the 2015 PewDiePie.
And if you don't like that, then you can always go home. Would you like to leave?
Right off the bat, Dr. Phil has no time to don't. Big yikes, everybody. That's a big yikes. Oof. Full tank of gas. Praying to Morgan Freeman, who she thinks is God, and then calling Dr. Phil, everybody, for our entertainment. That's another video of off.
and it's a real relationship. So that's why I started praying to him, because I was.
And look at his face.
Head.
What happens?
Jasmine is Jasmine about how to protect herself.
Behind the scene footage later.
Okay, well, you say we have footage because the water rippled?
It was I go visit Jasmine. So I drive 14 hours and I stop for 4 hours and
You love jazz. You wouldn't just ran. Or better was if he dabbed. Or maybe he did the. God.
And actually, Morgan Freeman did play God in Bruce Almighty.
yeah, that,
Morning. I haven't slept. I'm not driving safely. This is some real psycho stuff. Evidence for that.
Pout or be upset or whatever you want to do, but that is what it is.
Look at his face. I like how she says she has evidence.
Dr. Phil.
Oh! Wait, I think if you call the cops on something like, and the Fortnite thing, a big, big red flag. What?
I didn't know it.
I said, what's a subtweet?
The cops are again. Unironically, that's how you know they're crazy.
I don't want to look at you and be like, it's all an act. You're acting. You're acting. Is in a gas station on the wall.
They have a very indirect way of communicating. She's not Dr. Phil! Oh! Doctor!
I see stuff move in my apartment. But
Is this sort of behavior?
I said, tell me not to.
She was. You think this is the love story of the century? Tell me which line. There's no recovery. You might as well go home, Bailey. Just
look you in the eyes right now.
Why is that?
so awkward. Do it, shall we?
Tell me what you really think.
You guys with another video tomorrow. I don't know why I said it like commuting with this girl through subtweet.
Why am I your header?
So, this is epic. This is going to be epic, I mean.
I decided that I needed to.
If you'll take Bailey off.
She just told me she wants me to wear a dress. I don't have a dress.
Some form of sense. I'm sure she's.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm done. It's kind of like.
So she point. So she was. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? What was
The
it?
air conditioner kicked on.
Have you studied the book of You're Stupid? Have you?
The century.
It is, yes, sir.
When you read.
We get to see Jasmine. We get to see the girl. Face-to-face confrontation. Girl fight.
Hey,
How do you square that with her saying, I don't know you?
So it's all another conspiracy, you know? So actually, for one.
Was agreed to not bring somebody here.
one of your producers.
Okay, who is it? Let's bring him out. Who?
Alexa, this is the love story of a century. Don't reply. Anything to do with her.
You said this is.
I actually really want to read this book. I mean, 50 Shades of already for you. Dr. Phil asked bipolar, and he does. Oh, the cringe. Oh. Ha. No, I'm kidding. That's not worthy of a lifetime. If I went on Dr. Phil, I'm sorry. This is what.
House moved and the water rippled.
Why am I not yours? Well, to troll. I would randomly move. That's right, everybody. If you have someone crazy, call.
I'm so sorry. That I held on to as like a man in my head to pray to that was God. And so I start picturing Morgan Freeman, but I actually
How it works.
Bring objects randomly.
So when
I'm just going to shut this down because I'm not into all this melodrama and you playing the victim. And you know what the audio reveals at the time that moved? I delete photos every day. I'm not telling you to tweet me.
PBS. I love him. So Bailey.
that you can see it move in front of me, and if you want to lock me.
So
What
been
happened?
through typing.
Gotcha.
She looks
Okay.
away. Move.
They have footage of it.
Okay.
Her hometown.
Bailey drove from Texas.
Person doesn't want aims just to put them in there, you know. You'll just maybe some. You're a dead meme.
You acknowledge that you've never had a talk with Jazz.
Guess how? By deleting photos. That's all you doing. He knows how to see through people's manipulative.
That.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Phil. You read that one? Yeah, maybe you should.
Here's
And I would be scared.
The chart here. So the reason
pretty direct.
I've been in a relationship with myself for 8 months. Hey, are you single? No. It was all a big joke.
I started praying to Morgan Freeman's face, but calling him Denzel Washington.
It's up to you.
I just.
Not just through subtweeting, okay? But get with this person. Got him! What is this?
And in those messages.
What? But I am. Random prequel meme, like. Now that's pod racing, Dr. Phil. I really agree.
To Georgia with just her dog in the car.
On my way to Georgia, I left Jasmine.
You bet. It's like she just.
Here,
That's what makes it so good! Love takes on a metaphysical force. Well, we're barely getting started, okay? She then goes on to say that you're a dumbass. So if you think the whole thing about subtweeting is crazy.
and in those messages,
And then you're talking about what if
I'm actually in the music business, so I kind of do know.
I'm coming for you. Parents don't know. I'm running for you, baby.
All universe ways. I talk to her in my head. And that's weird. You don't just want to be like.
Never physically met.
I don't need any other evidence. If you look like Nicolas Cage.
Really?
I
Say this is the.
Let me see what it says. I'm here if you want to meet me. This is what she wrote to this Jasmine girl. Why am I in your header?
Hi.
Remember I told you I just said.
You need to reply or else I might just into your home.
Contacted us, you wrote in and said, I have a problem here and I want to solve it in a
She
constructive.
admits that she was wrong, and she admits.
Stephanie, hello.
Hi.
And I'm glad you.
I like this. Thank you.
Well, you certainly have. So, Christopher.
How I would know that I was still allowed to message her was I would be messaging her.
Look at that woman. She's like, I would let him sex me. Explicitly when he trolled someone epic. You guys tomorrow, bros. Yeah, bruh ass. It's because she's been you'll see in the end here.
It's hard to.
In those messages,
What? Didn't seem all crazy enough so far. Watching, leave a like if you enjoyed. I would very much appreciate it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you.
again, not in a subtweet. I wasn't tech savvy.
No, sir.
Read that. How do you?
Filthy Frank Lord.
She obsessing.
I love jazz. I asked
I love jazz. What do you mean? You the same thing.
Photoshop himself into the car. As a joke.
We also have audio.
He knows. He knows he just delivered the most savage. Go home, Bailey. He already gave you a. Nothing happened. I'm communicating with her, not through regular message.
and then she would
Crazy, right? But obviously some Dr. Phil guests are there to just troll.
laugh at me. It's fine. I will be your spectacle. I will be your laughing.
Dr. Phil. He'll cut through anyone. He'll cut through an engine for about 5 minutes. But it's important that we explore this. So let's do a lot of crazy stuff. But no one likes to be in.
If you think you're entitled enough to tell me who comes on here and who doesn't,
It's about Bailey. This is how she looks like. Number one thing that she's been.
yeah,
Sorry.
understand about that.
You know where you go from laughing to just a straight show her coming out. It's kind of a lackluster ending to face, like, she must be bipolar.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't play those.
Like, well, the question was, it says, you're crazy, and it looks over here that you are.
Laughing.
Ha! And it's sold millions.
Excuse me. And so that's something that I would.
Tell you that was not going to happen.
That would be epic. Why am I so excited about that? That's
Taken him for Denzel Washington.
insane behavior. Oh my god, this is total subtweeting me.
The love story of.
I'm stranded in a McDonald's. Now this.
Guarantee you, she didn't tell you that I agreed
I
to.
think we're really hitting a love story of the century from Vampire's Kiss unironically.
Thing from the top, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you've heard everything that's been talked about.
Yes, sir.
That she's crazy. Well, let me show you. Bailey, he does it all the time. Oh, imagine Kanye on Dr. Phil.
Don't you? I'm about. That's not what I do. I had you come here to help you. Okay, so
Dr. Phil's like, what? What is this dumb? You tell someone off. It's like, if you think that, then
Yes, sir.
still continues. Amazing. Today's Dr. Phil.
it's good to meet you, and I wish you well. I'm not doing this.
The only
So you know what?
can just go. You don't like this video? Would you like to leave, huh? See if I please.
Here's-
They cut away too soon. She's doing that Kanye thing. It's parking lot. I thought you once. I do think calling Dr. Phil was the right move. I'm just kidding. It's always the right.
Day. And so that's what made me decide to drive. The reason I would.
Tell him what she said.
Idiot. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just so lost at this. Just subtweeting. She's not communicating by deleting photos.
It's basically where you talk about someone, but you don't.
Cause
Cousin, somebody has given you a really bad message.
I love when Dr. Phil.
This is just.
All right, so let's look at.
Problem is I started following it and she started subtweeting, and I tweeted right before I left.
Our Lord and Savior. How many views did my last? You're such a. Cause I don't know you. Yeah.
When I'm going to talk with your mother.
Thank you guys for watching.
Started to see things
Safely.
move, and they have.
You're the one that
I mean, I know what a sub. To be honest, I kind of wanted them to fight.
All right,
but
Jasmine
let's
is-
add in me.
That's
We don't really know anything about her besides the fact that I told.
But I
it's gonna
started
sound
thinking
crazy.
of and it's been
Yeah.
through Instagram messages.
Dr. Phil.
leave me alone on my show, including you.
Okay.
So if you don't.
That's right. I'm writing a book about it. No big deal. It's just a.
And they can laugh at you and all that.
You're so funny. I don't have one.
Here's an example between Bailey, and I'm just going to let you head on home.
That's right.
and go because
The thing about Dr. Phil, you never know what he's gonna do. He could do it. He could do it. Okay, so I honestly think for once this was the right thing to do.
principle of parsimony.
No,
I'll promise you that. So we'll just find this out.
I don't know.
All right, this is irrelevant. Irrelevant, okay? Because she just didn't believe it. Oh, well. Get him! Get him! Kill him! You can just leave. The second time we get a response that is probably the most unlikely. Tell me what you really think. Tell me what you really think.
I started.
Correct, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Tweet, I don't know you.
Let's just say.
That the brief.
What kind of photos is Dr. Phil deleting from his Facebook, I wonder?
Put back up what we were just.
So riled up. Okay, so why is Bailey here, you might ask?
You're a champ, girl.
Subtweeted. I don't know what those words mean. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Delete a photo, and I have screenshots of all of this in my phone.
It's the love story of the century, but you've.
What are you talking about? I don't know you. What don't you understand? Keep watching, guys. And also smash like if you're enjoying it so far.
To drive to Atlanta. Deal with is not knowing if it was about me or not.
And says,
It's like, you need views? You Jasmine for writing into Dr. Phil and not contacting the authorities. Who is it?
My biological mom up afterwards and call me crazy. That's okay.
What is this? I'm so confused.
here's
Oh, did you do the cringe thing again?
to Bailey's mom next.
That's so good. I love this. 5 minutes later, she's still going on like, I can check your all over. Come on, Dr. Phil. Just realized, it looks like he painted on, like, on his eye.
We'll be right back.
He's like, it doesn't matter, man.
That you've had with her, and you're saying people.
Basically. But more importantly,
It's hard. It's so hard.
I'd give you a handkerchief for crying, but there aren't any tears.
you really think. I can see things move. To Dr. Phil. Let's watch.
Because she is saying this to my face, but
Yeah, why is that?
I was told that y'all brought someone here that I explicitly said not to bring.
Trying to pretend like she knows her even though she doesn't.
Can I bring all of y'all, tag them, and so they don't know for sure that it's about you or not? Excuse me.
You studied Occam's razor?
No, sir, I'm not. I don't know what those words mean. I'm sorry.
This is making a spectacle out of you. That's not what
That's how you know we got a problem.
from this, and we'll talk.
You in any way, shape, or form. That was never my intention.
Absolutely delusional. Your response. Thing that could have made that moment. Stay away from my love. That's taking love.
I believed in something crazy.
And Jasmine.
It comes out on the Dr. Phil show, and it immediately at least.
Flop, 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 flop. Peep, peep.